Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're in episode 8, creating the syllabus for the best pre-contest plan. And we talked last time, Adam, about having that pre-contest strategy. What's the peaking strategy you're going to have for peak week exclusively? Well, now I think the most important thing is to be an incredibly diligent student of that process. Don't just blindly take pictures and send them to your coach. Don't just quote, trust the process. You got to be looking and analyzing every single day. When I think of an actual academic syllabus, it's constantly keeping your fingers on the pulse of what's happening around you. The very first thing I do when I wake up is I check, are there any announcements from the professor? Are there any email that I need to see? Like, I've got my syllabus laid out. I know what dates everything's due, but I still need to monitor everything because that's what's going to make sure that I can stay on top of it. And peak week is the exact same for a competitor. Things are going to change and you need to monitor those day to day. And whether you're managing it or a coach is helping you, there has to be constant flow of communication and fine tuning.
Yeah, asking questions is key. One that happens a lot is people might get behind on water and they're like, I have a half gallon left to drink tonight. Should I chug it all at once? And typically I'll just let them taper a little bit. They're not going to feel great if they just chug a half gallon of water at once just to hit their intake. Now, we probably shouldn't be a half gallon short either. So we want to meet in the middle there. Another big thing is, we on occasion get clients that do great through the whole dieting process, but for whatever reason, being that close to game day just really freaks them out, and they read things that, well, what if I can be this much better? Well, some divisions have a ceiling where you don't want to be better because better is out of criteria, or the next division up. The big thing that I think I've battled most as a coach is a little bit of confrontation with water intake and drinking enough on show day. I had a guy at Miami Nationals. I couldn't figure out, are you drinking? Why is your vascularity gone? I saw you eat that last meal, but I noticed I didn't see him drinking anything. So I had him test his blood glucose. And this guy always measures in the 70s. He measured in the 140s, and he was so dehydrated that his blood volume was just that dense. And I said, busted. I said, what have you drank today? And he goes, okay, nothing. And I'm like, why? I've told you to drink. And, when he saw that I could piece that together, he realized, okay, this is really important. So he did listen. He ended up doing great. But I always wonder, what's my failure as a coach that I couldn't convince him to do that beforehand. So the good thing is I did get him to be able to do it. But that just makes our job harder and a lot more stressful.
And I think, as long as you are, first of all, you have to be accurate and you're giving your coach the right information. But if you can see those little things changing, if you have an eye for that, like you did, Adam, if Thursday, Friday rolls around, I remember when I was helping Paul Ravella for the Yorton Cup last year, I had the ability to be with him. And so I could say, okay, we need to do this. Like, you just went through this long photo shoot, this kind of workout on Friday, didn't anticipate this, but you need this now. We had a little bit of a course correction. Whether you're doing it with photos or managing yourself or working with a coach, you have to look for those places where you need to fine tune. And in that instance, we had to add fat and sodium a little bit. He was just getting a little bit too depleted, being kind of a tall, angular ectomorph. We had to really fight to maintain fullness. So, I already have my plan, but I'm looking for those places where we need to adjust one way or the other. Am I being a little too aggressive? Do I need to be more aggressive? And that's, it just doesn't matter how well laid out your plan looks. Sometimes it just looks so pretty and symmetrical and academically perfect, but that doesn't mean that your body is going to follow that. That's just a 24-hour, just this massive chaos of dynamic variables that you're trying to control. And the only way you can control it is if you understand it and you're monitoring it.
Yeah, and you had people who will drink water and they're not vascular. And I was getting ready to change his food over it because I started thinking, well, he's had so much food that his water is being used more for digestion than actually hydrating the muscle tissue right now. But then I went back to the basics and we caught it. So it just helps your whole process go better if you listen and follow everything to a T.
All right, guys, that's great information. We are getting to the end. The next episode is going to be on contest day management, so stay tuned.